Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. So today we are jumping into one of my most anticipated VR games, and that is Battlemarked. This is the official combination of VR's best board game Demeo mixed with the iconic role-playing game Dungeons and Dragons. Now for the longest time we've heard Demeo is Dungeons and Dragons in VR. No, it's not. It's a really cool tabletop game. It doesn't have the level system. It doesn't have character customization. But now we are officially taking Demeo and joining with Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to have this sick baby in this game. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm a little excited here because I recently played through the flat PC demo version of Battlemarked. And I'm going to tell you guys all about it. How far off is it from Demeo? Is it just a reskinned Demeo? Do they really pull into the D&D lore? Does it have all those stat systems, stuff like that? We'll get into it. But first, a really quick refresher on Demeo for those who are not familiar with the title. Demeo is a turn-based tabletop dungeon crawler that you could play in single player or co-op multiplayer with up to 4 people. Everyone then takes control of their own unique character, and you go through 3 different levels. It's basically kill the enemy, get the key, make it to the next level. Repeat, get to the 3rd level, fight a boss. And all of the levels in Demeo, or all the different adventures I should say, play out exactly the same. You're just fighting like lots of little dudes like this, running away from them, and then fighting a boss. So there's no storyline, there's no leveling system, there's no customization. And even with that missing from it, Demeo is one of my favorite all-time VR games. So I was really excited to jump in and see just how many questions the demo would answer for me. I think the major one that everyone's worrying about is that this is just a reskinned Demeo. And this is the only part of the demo that I was like 50-50 on, because it does feel like a reskinned Demeo, but at the same time, it's an uplifted, like remastered version. It's a lot prettier, takes on a different style, obviously leans more into D&D. But at the same time, mechanically, it also feels extremely similar, to the point that if you know how to play Demeo, you could jump into this game in 2 seconds. It still feels more Demeo than D&D at the moment of the first 2 levels at least. That being said though, Resolution Games should be catering to their biggest fans after all, and if you wanted something like a Demeo sequel, well then this is definitely your game. So no, it's not a reskin or just like an asset flip, but at the same time, is it very similar? Yes, for better or worse. Some people might be super happy with that, like yay, this is Demeo 2.0, and other people are going to be like, what the hell, you know, this isn't D&D enough. Luckily though, there are plenty of changes besides just the graphics. For starters, you can now customize your characters, and they will level up over time. And I will give them some credit here because the leveling system is similar to the tabletop Dungeons and Dragons. You have a stat block that controls how proficient you are in certain skills, and you will learn new spells and moves, many of which come straight from the player's handbook. Also similar to a tabletop Dungeons and Dragons game, you'll be rolling to see if you fail or succeed on more than just attacking enemies. This could include a trap that requires a dex save, a strength roll to see if you can open something, and basically anything else that happens during the storyline.
Enemies. Evil hurts.
Now the story itself so far seems like your typical Dungeons and Dragons adventure. It has that pretty basic something happened to get the party together type of intro. There's lots of iconic characters. You're in Neverwinter Woods, which is a well-known area if you're familiar with Forgotten Realms. So all of that I'm enjoying, and it does have that nice little special touch where it feels like a DM narrating to you, and then they go into the character voices. The voice acting was excellent. So overall, they are setting up a really good storyline. The demo was just too short for me to see it go anywhere. And that goes for basically everything when it comes to this demo. I need to see more. For starters, I actually only played it in flat. I didn't even get to try it in VR yet. I think it'll only be better in VR. I know how good Demeo is, so I'm not concerned there. But it does still very much feel like you're just playing Demeo, to the point where sometimes you got to kill the main enemy, get the key to get to the next level type of scenario. That's still there. So a lot of the mechanics are very similar. It's just Demeo with a D&D flair and cutscenes at the moment. Will it get much better? Will it have an amazing storyline, or will it just be Demeo 2? I can't 100% say just yet. But worst case scenario, that means we're playing Demeo 2.0, which includes a whole new storyline, updated graphics, new characters and enemies, a customization and leveling system, and Resolution Games' typical level of polish. So what I'm really trying to say here is that this still might not be D&D in VR. If you're expecting tabletop D&D, it's still a ways off, but I still think it's going to be awesome. Even if it's just Demeo 2.0 and doesn't really pull off the D&D, which I think it will. But if you want to check out Battlemarked for yourself, the PC demo will be available on the Steam Next Fest between October 13th and October 20th. And the full release is set for November 20th in both flat and VR modes. And now I just want to leave you guys with a minute of gameplay before I sign off.
With damp rot and something stranger clinging to the throat like an unspoken warning, you've reached the caves of Mushroom Hollow. A haze hangs in the cave, curling in slow, deliberate swirls. At its heart, a lone figure stands, its form humanoid, but shaped from fungus and pulsing with quiet vitality. When it speaks, its voice comes not to your ears. Words take form in your mind, molding meaning from memory, speaking in impressions that leave no room for doubt.
Come no further. Your kind is not welcome.
It's going to be awesome. Still excited, but I'm left with pretty much the same questions. Let me know if you have anything I didn't address. If you enjoyed this, thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing.